So now we're going to actually walk through how to complete a survey in real time, and you'll get a chance to see how to navigate through those maps that Chris mentioned. So the first thing you're going to do is go to pickcounter.com, and it will prompt you to put in a survey code. Please note that they do change yearly, and ensure that you have the correct and updated survey code. Quick note to yourself, if you've done this surveying previously, make sure that you are completely logged out of PickCounter and are starting brand new, as it has the capabilities to remember you from a previous year and will upload that year's survey code and can possibly cause issues. So you want to ensure that you're fully logged out, are using the correct updated survey code, and you're going to log back in. So you're going to start by entering your full name, and your phone number. Please note that this number will not be saved. It'll only be used if someone needs to contact you or get a hold of you concerning this count. You're going to log in, and you're going to be in the training mode to start, and it says Start Survey. You want to ensure that you are sharing your location. It's very important to ensure that your location is shared, and continue. If you're unable to share your location, you have the option to put in whatever county you are in the custom location box. Currently, I'm going to put in Seminole and start. It takes you to the first point that says, "Hi, my name is." This is a script for you to follow to help find some ease in talking to the folks that you will be surveying. So it says, "Hi, my name is Ebony. I am volunteering with the Central Florida Point in Time Count. We are surveying people about their current housing situation. This research helps us better understand our community's housing crisis. The survey lasts just for a few minutes at the most." And so you want to ask them, has anyone surveyed you about your housing situation or where you are currently staying, either earlier today or anytime this week? If they say yes, you want to click on it and say, "Thank you. This is the end of the survey." If they say no, you want to click on it and complete and start the questions. And so as you go through, it's going to ask, what county are you currently in? You should be able to answer whether you are in Orange, Seminole, or Osceola County. And then you're going to ask, if you don't mind, may I ask, where did you stay last night? There's some question that you can ask if they're uncertain. Street, vehicle, woods, abandoned building, bus, underbridge, agency, emergency shelter, to try and get in mind of where they have been unsheltered. And so for the sake of the training, we're going to say street. Thanks. I need your verbal consent to begin this survey. Can we begin? If the participant says no, if you are unclear how to resolve their concern, just thank them and you can end the survey. If they say yes, tell them thank you, great, and let's get started. You want to click on that, and you're going to ask them, what is your first name? They are able to refuse to give you a name if they so desire. They're able to give you a name that they desire to be called by. They're even able to give you an initial. So for this, we'll put in Bob. What is your last name? The same thing. They're able to give you the full last name, an initial, or refuse. So we'll do Bob Fall. Are you a US military veteran? You want to ask this question. If yes, you want to ensure that you get a VA release. If no, don't know or refuse. Just ensure that you prompt for one of these. So we're going to say no. Birth date, if you can try your best to get all of this information asked, but just try to get the best information that you can. And so we'll put in July 3rd, 1977 as a birthday, or you can ask them, what is your age? So please note that when you come to the age question, if you find that there is a youth 18 to 24, there will be some additional questions at the end of the survey. And then you want to make sure in the demographic section that you're asking this question specifically. What gender do you identify as? Even if you're standing there and you think that you might know, please take the time out to ask, as so many people have different things that they can identify as. So we have male, female, a gender that is not singularly female or male, transgender, questioning, or don't know or refuse. And so we're going to choose male for the sake of this training. Same with the race and ethnicity. You may select one or more races, as well as you may select one or more genders. So we're going to say Black. Are you Hispanic or Latino origin? No. Are you experiencing homelessness because you are currently fleeing domestic violence, dating violence, sexual assault, or stalking? No. And then their living situation. You want to think about the last time you had a regular place to stay, not including a shelter or the streets, and in what county was that? So this might take some time and some assistance from you in asking them, when was the last time you stayed in a sheltered place and where was this? If they're not sure, you can put not sure. If they remember if it was in Orange County, Osceola County, Seminole County, or another county. And so we're going to put other county. And then that prompts you to say what county. And so for now, I'm going to put Dade. Do you have a disability or disabling condition? Yes, no, not sure, and refuse to answer. We're going to choose no. If they say yes, then it prompts out some additional questions that need to be asked. Is this the first time you have been homeless? Again, yes, no, not sure, refuse to answer. We're going to say yes. And then let's look at no, just to ensure that there's no additional questions that need to be answered for the training. When was the last time that you last had a regular place to stay, not including a shelter or the streets? And the person that you're surveying might need some assistance with this. And so if they don't remember, you can ask them if it was warm, if it was cold, if there was a holiday that was recent or a holiday that passed, something that might jog their memory where you can work with them to see when the last time they had a regular place to stay. And so upon speaking to Bob for the training, he said it was last time around Christmas 2 years ago. And so I would say December 2020. And then you calculate, has it been a year or longer? Well, he said Christmas about 2 years ago. So 1 year or longer. How many total months have you been homeless in the past 3 years? And so you want to ask questions like, well, 2 years ago when you were homeless, did you ever stay at anyone's house? Did you ever stay with family or friends? Or was there sometimes that you found yourself in a sheltered place? And let's say, for instance, Bob says, well, there was one time I went to stay with my sister, but then I ended up being back on the streets. And so we begin to count how many total months have you been homeless in the past 3 years. So for this, I would say 22. Including right now, how many different times have you been without a regular place to stay since January 2019 in the last 3 years? And for the sake of the training, we'll say 2 times. You want to complete the following information for each person in the household. So you'll ask Bob, is it just you, Bob, or are there any other people that are your family in your household? If so, there is a prompt here to add new. These are the youth questions that we were talking about. It says, in addition to the questions we just asked, today we are also asking you some additional questions to better understand their housing status. It is up to you whether you want to participate, and your answers will not be shared with anyone outside of our team. Can I have about 5 more minutes of your time? If they say yes, please continue. If they say no, then you'll complete the survey. So we're going to say yes for the sake of this training. If female, you want to ask, are you currently pregnant? Are you expecting to become a parent in the next 9 months? If male, and if they answer yes, have you ever been placed in foster care or stayed in a group home? They have the ability to say yes, no, or refused. Again, yes prompts more questions. If you left that setting, group home or foster care, in the past 3 years, did anyone help you get housing? No. Have you stayed overnight or longer in jail, prison, or juvenile detention facility? Yes, for the sake of the training. If you left that setting, jail, prison, or juvenile detention facility, in the past 3 years, did anyone help you get housing? Have you stayed overnight or longer in a treatment or healthcare facility? If you left that setting, treatment, or healthcare facility in the past 3 years, did anyone help you get housing? Are you currently enrolled in school? And there's some questions to ask concerning enrollment in school. So we're going to say no. Dropped out within last 6 months. What is the highest grade or level of schooling you completed? And they're able to answer that question or refuse. What is the highest grade or level of schooling you completed? They have the option to answer or to say refused. In the past year, in what ways did you make money? And they're able to select all that apply. They might have had a part-time job, panhandling, hustling, money from friends. They're able to select as many, or they can refuse this question. Think about the last time you felt that you were living in stable housing or housing where you felt safe. How long ago was that? Again, you can utilize asking if it was in the summer, if it was in the fall, near a holiday, or they've never felt stably housed. And then that prompts more questions. In the past year, what services or supports, for example, from government programs or charities, have you accessed? And they're able to select all: free meals, health services, mental health services, education, so on. There's either an other prompt where you can put in, or they can refuse the question. And then you hit complete. And that's the end of the survey, including the youth. Don't forget to make sure that your surveys have check marks to indicate that they are completed and uploaded. If you do see an X, you have to go back in and just ensure that you've answered every question.